Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Raceway at Western Fair District. You're watching Race Day. I'm your track announcer, Shannon Sugar Doyle. With us for the show tonight, Jessica Otten, her dad, Peter, sitting in for this first segment. Before we get to Peter, let's get to our HPI play of the day. Race 5, the one Brock's Fortune, 5-2 in the morning line. Trouble prior to the start there last time out, mentioned to you, Jessica, prior to his last race here in London, a bit bumpy gated, was about 15 lengths in behind the gate. He had to catch up to the gate, and he shows on front at the quarter mile. He just used everything to be on top. Again, had to catch up to the gate, was on top, just emptied out the tank early. Does face easier tonight and gets that rail advantage to work with as well. Number 1, Brock's Fortune, HBI play of the day, selected by Jessica Otten and myself. Pick 3 and pick 4 playing. We go to race number 1 for the start of an early pick 3, and pretty much on the same page here throughout, Jessica. The 6, Inkerman Rocket, very strong last time out.
Sharp shot last time out, was on front. Does face outside this week, but I think he can clear the front easy.
Jay Harris likes to put them on the lead here in London. He stays on for the trainer, Greg Campbell. Taylor Fritz on the inside there with the 2 Borrowed Bucks celebrating her birthday. She'd love to show up in the winner's circle tonight.
She's got 2 good chances tonight.
All right, I'm 4 deep in race number 2, and in the third race, it's preferred 3 types, class relief for Gold Star, Badlands at a post 2, and you're kind of liking that 4 down on my luck. Greg Dustin, second best last time out at the preferred 3 level.
Yeah, he's just getting sharper and sharper, I think. I mean, his last lines throughout the whole program show nothing but improvement, and he draws close to the inside.
Right on, and another go-to wager here. The early pick 4 starts in that third race. I'm going to stay on the 1 and 2 to kick things off. I think I got the 6 in there as well, guys. 1, 2, and 6 for me. I'd like to see for the first leg of an early pick 4. I like the all button in race number 4, a wide open group in there. And yeah, late pick 4. Let's get a look at that. Race number 7 to start a late pick 4. Again, we're going to go side by side here. Myself, Jessica Otten, with our late pick 4 selections. Beginning in race number 7, it's the MadBarn.com feature race to kick off a late pick 4. Again, let's go to race number 7. It's the one Tamita Bayama for me as a key in that opening leg. You like that one too. Class relief helps in that rail.
It does indeed.
Alrighty. Race number 8, 2 deep in there, 4 deep for me in the night. 10th race. Just to keep the price down, I'm going to stay off the all button. I left the trailers off the ticket there. No Speedies, Hot Totals, no Stormont Jubilee for me. I'm using all 7 on gate to complete a pick 4. Peter Otten joining us for the pregame show. You are sending out in race number 4 the 8 Navy Lieutenant. Missed some time there, Pete.
Yes, he did.
What was the problem? Weather was a big factor, right?
Weather.
You
right.
mentioned Chicago get hit. You were in Vegas. There, and yeah, but he's come back now. Second start back. He needed that last start, but
Yes,
a little bit short.
Yeah.
But maybe a little more tonight. Can we look forward to
I
a
hope
little
so.
more from him? Navy Lieutenant from a trailing spot. Following one coming in from Woodbine. Claimed latest time out there. Deadly Action goes out for Jeff Graham. Nick Stewart, another driver that likes to put them near the front end. So you are going to follow some speed in there, Navy Lieutenant.
Won't hurt him to follow the 1.
Right on. We're going to get a closer look at Navy Lieutenant. Actually going to go back to his career debut back in the fall
5
of
years
2013. It was 5 years ago. You got crowded a little in the early going in that one, but I think he was a winner by something like 16 lengths.
Yes, he was good.
Yeah, and he's a nice animal. Navy Lieutenant, we'll get a closer look again at him in the second part of the show. There's a whole lot more coming up at the pregame. Going to take a short break right now. Stick around.
HPIBet.com. Access, rewards, and more.
Hey, welcome back to the pregame show. If you're watching Race Day at the Raceway, Western Fair District, track announcer Shannon Sugar Doyle with me for the show, Jessica Otten. Always a pleasure to have Jessica with us for a pregame wagering menu for tonight, setting up like this. It's a low 15% take on the pick 3, pick 4, and high 5 plays. Of course, the free program, selections, video, more on our website, westernfairdistrict.com. The go-to wagers, they are the pick 3 play right up front, still averaging over $5,000 in that pool for an early pick 3. This is thus far in 2018. The pick 4s. Pick 4s featured in races 3 and 7, averaging over $12,000 in the pool thus far, 2018. The average 20-cent payout through the month of February was $320 on a 20-cent play. The super high fives. Some really good payouts through the month of February. The average payout on a 20-cent high five all through February was over $1,200. So I'm going to kind of toss it on over to you now, Jessica. How about that new logo that was just released today on Standardbred Canada, press release of our new logo, Camlock Classic?
I think it looks pretty sharp.
Okay, do you get the top of it? You know, you got Camlock and you've got those 3 stars, but you know, you got the C in the circle, C for Camlock. The star is for the star that was on the forehead of Camlock, but
I wouldn't have known what it was until you told me, but now that I look at it, I can see that it is supposed to be a bike or a sulky.
It's kind of been 50-50. Those people that have asked, what's your take on? And that's what it is. It's a take on a sulky on top of the Camlock. And of course, very proud to have with us Sealster Farms presenting the inaugural Camlock Classic. It's our signature event, formerly known as the Molson Pace. And I think Post Time with Mike and Mike returns for the second time. Tell us about it.
Yes, last year we attended the Molson Pace, first time ever for Post Time with Mike and Mike and myself. We enjoyed it a lot. It was a lot of excitement, good races, a good card. This year we jumped back for the Camlock Classic. We're really excited. Now it's on a Saturday, right? Instead of a Friday, so we're excited to see all the changes. We have a great 3-hour program that everybody will be able to listen into.
Online, right?
Yep, online, posttimewithmikeandmike.com, or Bet America presents it. So it will be very exciting, be a little more experienced as to what goes on. And then we jump ahead in June, and you'll see us back in Canada for the North American Cup. Mike Carter, Garnett Barnsdale, and myself will be on scene. Mike Bozich will be back in the studio. So I've never been to the North American Cup. Carter's never been to the North American Cup. Garnett has, but
I've been to one. The year, I can't even pronounce the horse's name.
Wakazashi.
Yeah, I got talking to you before the pregame show about it. Wiggle It Jiggle It was the one I went down to see. I just had to see him in person, right? Because he's just one of those types of horses. You know greatness when you see it. And he was one that I wanted to go see. He just got beat by
Wakazashi Hanover.
Wakazashi Hanover, yes. That's the one North American Cup I've been to. I'll likely get down to it this year myself. That's around mid-June.
Yeah, I think I said June 14th, if I'm not mistaken.
So, again, you work closely with Post Time with Mike and Mike. That's Michael Carter, Mike Bozich, Garnett Barnsdale, part of the crew as well. Who's funnest to work with?
Can't make me choose on air.
Come on. Well, yeah.
They're all good people to work with.
They're all
there. If I need something, Garnett helps out a lot with editing some stuff, and Bozich teaches a lot, and so does Mike Carter. They're phenomenal people to work with. I
know we're in talks right now with Michael Carter and Mike Bozich, Post Time with Mike and Mike, setting up for that show on Camlock Classic Night. The final Saturday in May, and we're so looking forward to having you and the whole crew on track for that event. It should be a fabulous time. Get talking to your dad, Peter, in that first segment of the show. Navy Lieutenant is the one you guys are here to race tonight. That is the 4th race, Navy Lieutenant. Missed a significant amount of time. Just tell us a little bit about the time that this horse, what was going on?
Well, you guys got some rain here the first week, which they caught before we left the farm.
Sure thing.
And then we got snowed in, and then we took a trip to Vegas.
That was a birthday party?
Yeah.
How'd that go over?
That was a fun birthday party. I celebrated for the whole week.
Lots of pictures, lots of smiles on
your face.
It
was fun. Sure. And then we had more weather when we got back, snowed in again, and then we were able to get here, warmed up, and then they canceled.
That's right, yeah. We got about 6 or 7 races in there.
Yeah, we were in the last race that night. And then last week, he really just needed to start. No one was going anywhere.
Right. There was a horse hanging on the outside, and then the one that was in front of you is kind of backing through the field, right?
He needed to start. He was plugged still in. He was mad when he came off the racetrack, I can tell you that.
When they're mad, coming in from a race, you know they're probably going to be sitting on a better trip next time.
Hopefully.
We'll see Navy Lieutenant in tonight's 4th race. Let's go back maybe with a replay from his career debut. This is going to be from November of 2013. Your dad, Peter Otten's on board. Great shot there on the gate cam when they're lining up.
Yes.
Bit of an adventurous first turn for Navy Lieutenant. From the trailing spot, he's going to leave out and got a little bit crowded in the early going here. But
Yeah.
you know what? This horse learned lots in his career debut. He's a nice horse.
Yeah, I remember watching this from home, actually.
Mm-hmm. So there was lots of speed going from the outside. You're getting away next to last here, and as mentioned,
Pylon.
there's some pylon
Passing.
stuff happening there, but kind of shoved in there by the looks of things. And he is going to be well back at the opening quarter mile here. The front three are battling early in this one. We're going to pick it up just after the half-mile marker, I think, for the late stages. That'll be coming up here. Navy Lieutenant, again, this was his career debut back in the fall of 2013. And here it is. He's fifth on the outside now. And for a, you know what, for a horse making his first career start, this was a big move. Big
Yeah,
2-year-old at the time.
This is his kind of trip.
Yeah, just tell us about it. You work with him closely. Has he got any kind of... Just tell us about him.
He's actually a really good horse to be around, although his size does affect some things like getting him bridled.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, he's a really big puppy dog. He doesn't do much of anything wrong. Like I said, this is his kind of trip. That 1 week we were second, like 6 weeks back, that was the first time he's ever been first up.
Mm-hmm.
But he likes this kind of trip.
I tell you, he's loving that. I mean, winner by 16 lengths here. Peter Otten on board. And, yeah, we'll see him tonight. Race number 4 again. He needed that last start, right, after
He did.
missing significant. He just was off long enough that he didn't have to qualify.
Right, yeah. That was more of like a training mile for him last week.
Navy Lieutenant, maybe put a circle around him. He's leaving from the trailing spot. Once again in London. Again, that's where he won his career debut from. The trailing spot does follow out some speed. A Woodbine shipper off the plane coming in to leave ahead of him there in race number 4 tonight. We'll go back and do some recapping now. Some pick 3 and pick 4 playing. The first race, 2 and 6 kind of jumping off the page in there, Jessica.
Yeah, they're the top two of the class.
Maybe the exactor box in the opener, 2 and 6. I went 4 deep in race number 2. The third race, it's a 1, 2, 6 for me. You kind of went looking at this 4 down on my luck.
I do. You know, he's getting sharper every week. He's in with the same kind of company. He's been racing good. He's in sharp form.
7 starts, 2018. He's 2, 2, and 2 for win, place, show finishes there. Always in the hunt down on my luck. Top selection there for Jessica in the third. The third race does start the early pick 4. I'm going to use a 1, 2, and 6 to kick things off. The 6th, little bit of swagger to me. Looks to have the best gate speed. Jay Harris stays on and wired the field in a quick 2:03 and 4 at a mile and 16th last time out. A nice animal there. I like the all-button race number 4. There's nothing really jumping off the page in there. Navy Lieutenant, the one that you and your dad are going to send out there, he's always a player here in London when he's on form. He just needed that last start because he had missed a significant amount of time. I'm 3 deep in races 5 and 6 to round out that early pick 4. The late pick 4 starts in race 7. It's the madbarn.com feature. Both you and myself liking this one. Tamina Bayama, class relief and a rail advantage.
That's exactly 2 things that go together perfect when they come to London.
Paul McKenzie knows this horse well. He's going back on for the trainer Tom Ham. My key to get the late pick 4 underway. Over into race number 8. Very tough to go against the 4 and 5. Number 5, Don McWhite. You know, I stayed away from this one last time out. Was showing nothing but 7th and 8th place finishes and got pounded. Was paying $3.10 on a win ticket, and he was just a different horse last time.
He did. He raced really well. I watched him race last week, and the way he came home, took off at the stretch.
Yeah, it was just so good. So if he can come back with that same type of performance, the 5, Don McWhite, race number 8, should be a factor in there. I'm 4 deep in the 9th. And in the 10th race, you're like, why didn't you just hit the all button, Shug?
I did.
I couldn't put the 8 on the ticket. I couldn't put the 9 on the ticket from the back tier spot. So I'm using all 7 horses that have the noses on gate to round out tonight's late pick 4. Cameraman standing by. What do you got for us, Trev? 96. Race 9, the 6th, late night. He's a big fan of Alfie Carroll. I think he's buddies with Vic Putty. I think he's buddies with Vic.
They're the
Vic
combo.
Putty. Yeah, the combo, strong combo, always have been. Putty and Carroll combined with the 6th late night for the cameraman in race number 9. Alrighty, it's a pub night, top of the fair, no reservation required. Great spot to watch the live racing from. Fabulous pub-style menu as well. It's another edition of Survivor Tuesday. Each and every week brought to you by HBI Bet. Win Survivor Tuesday and win your way into the grand finale on Cam Luck Classic Night, final Saturday in May, where, Post Time with Mike and Mike, featuring Michael Carter.
Myself. Garnett Barnsdale will be here, and Mike Bozich will be back in the studio. So.
Right on. Should be a great time. And again, second time for your crew to join us on Cam Luck Classic Night.
Yep.
Originally the Molson Pace. And your first time, you're going to set up a show for the North America
Yep.
Cup at the Mohawk. Should
Yep,
be a great
yep.
time there. All righty. Closing boards. Always free. Programs, selections, video replays, so much more. It's all on our website, westernfairdistrict.com. Always a pleasure. Jessica Otten
Thanks
on the
for
pregame
having
show.
me.
You betcha. Come back anytime, and we'll do it all over again. Best of luck to you playing the Raceway tonight. We've got 10 races getting underway at 6:15 Eastern.